What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 20 news video. So yesterday, we dropped a video talking about my first impressions playing Madden 20 in LA at EA Play, and you guys posted a lot of questions in the comments section. So I figured a good follow-up on that video was to just literally go through the comments section. Instead of replying by keyboard, I'll just reply in video form. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. I don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long, so I'm just gonna take a look at the comments, scroll down them. If I'm able to answer the question, I will. If I'm not, I'll just skip it or just say I'm not answering this one. So let's get on into it. Here we go. So this was the video. If you missed it, be sure to go check it out. You know, it would only be fair to go, and this might take forever. It's sorted by newest, so it'd only be fair to start at the oldest, and the people who ask questions first get answered. So we got people asking for beta codes, telling me what system they're on. I'm not quite sure why, because I never said I was giving away codes. What moves look OP? How is the spin move like it was in Madden 19? Spin move is definitely toned down. I actually think the juke move worked better than the spin move at faking the AI out. I didn't really play like any other users, so I can't really speak in that sense. I also don't know what the spin threshold is, if there is one, but spins didn't appear overpowered even when I was playing in the Pro Bowl mode. Can you ask if they overhauled custom offensive playbooks and ask about plays that were in Madden 19 or removed from Madden 20 to make ways for RPOs? They haven't really discussed anything about removing plays from playbooks. I don't know anything about custom playbooks. They haven't mentioned anything about that. The only thing that playbooks that we've really learned is that they're going to be able to insert new plays as the season goes on. So I think that's cool. Is there in-game chat? They haven't mentioned that, but there was a blog that either leaked or came out with accessibility options, and one of those was like an in-game chat box, a screenshot of it. Everybody was really checking or putting out videos on the change of the scoreboard, which is new, but really the point of that screenshot was to show you that there is a chat box, but we haven't really learned anything else about it at all. How are squad game modes? I haven't played squads. It was on the EA Play build, though. It did allow people to play it. What Eagles players got XFactor? Fletcher Cox and Zach Ertz. What's DJX speeds? I didn't really look at any ratings, so I can't answer, and I don't think a lot of those things are finalized either as far as ratings go. Are you able to lurk effectively with linebackers? Can you cover more than one route while user controlling linebackers to fade routes work correctly? Fades I did not test. As far as users go, I think I actually said it in this video. You cannot lurk like you used to with a linebacker. If you sub a safety into the linebacker position, he can get animations to lurk, and you still can lurk. I think it's the passes that are like maybe 10 to 15 yards downfield. Those ones you're not going to be able to jump because the ball trajectory is completely different. Like deep passes, the ball goes way up in the air. Really interested to see. I think personally the passing game is going to be a lot of short routes and like 10 yards and less. I don't think you're going to see as many big plays downfield this year with the way the ball physics are working as far as right now. They could change that. We'll find out what happens during the beta, if people like it, dislike it, or they have to tweak it. But right now, I think the short passing game will be the meta. My biggest concern is the time for pre-adjustments on defense. I read an article that it's cut to 5 seconds. It'll make it tough to cross-man these crossing routes. I think OP offenses will be blessed to make 4 or 5 adjustments, no 3-5 nickel. So I agree with you there. With the way that you come up to the line and the way no huddle works, there's less time of people walking up to that line of scrimmage to make those adjustments. I do think that that's going to favor the offense. Completely agree. You're definitely going to want conductor on your quarterback. I don't even know if we'll have conductor. That might be, yeah, we won't. I don't know. I'm living in Madden 19 world. That is going to be interesting. I mentioned in this video that we do have the option to auto base align our defense. So that takes one step out of setting up your defense. Cross manning, you're just going to have to get quick with those adjustments, to be honest. And I think it depends on the delay of hot routing as well. It didn't seem bad playing against the CPU, but that's going to be interesting thing to test during the beta when you're playing other people. I'm wondering how XFactor's players will play into Ultimate Team. So XFactors, they pretty much said those are gonna be the new red chems, but you can only have 3 on each side of the ball. So out of your whole MUT team, that even at the end of the year when it's super OP and there's a lot of good players out, you can only put XFactors on 3 of your offensive players, 3 of your defense. So it'll be interesting to see what the meta is like. What do people favor to do. Talking about XFactors really quick, a lot of people, I saw a lot of conversation on the DeAndre Hopkins double me or whatever it's called, where if you get him in the zone, he's like unstoppable with aggressive catches. To get him out of the zone, you just have to force 1 incomplete pass, and I don't think he's going to catch everything in those situations. The other thing you have to keep in mind is that to get into that zone, you have to get 3 40-yard receptions before that happens. And I believe if you get one and then you throw to him the next play and that pass is defended or knocked down, intercepted, that counter restarts. So it has to be like 3 completions in a row of 40 yards. Or is it no, it's 30 yards, my bad. So it's not going to be that easy to get him in the zone and do those things. I was trying my hardest to do it against the computer and I could not. And again, I think that the meta is not going to be deep crossing routes. They'll probably be there, but the way the physics on the ball comes out, I don't think you're going to see. And if you give up 3 30-yard passes to the same wide receiver, you probably stink at the game and kind of, that person earned it if they unlocked it. Where is the gameplay? I didn't have any gameplay in that video because I have some gameplay clips, but it's all stuff from the stream, so I may put that in some future videos, but that's all the gameplay we got. Can DBs with their backs turned away from the ball still be able to react to the ball and play the receiver? Unfortunately, on all Madden, yes. I don't know how it's going to work in competitive mode, but when I was playing against the computer on all Madden, it happened. So, but that could just be something more so for Sims players. Cheesiness happens in real life. You got to adjust. That's the beauty of football. I kind of agree, Jordan. I kind of agree there. People still telling me their consoles like I'm giving out codes here. So let's move on. They want to make it more realistic, but we can't read defense as fast as NFL QBs. I get that. I agree with you there, Corey. That's just how it's going to be. Can you run a toss play and check out the O-line blocking, wide receiver, and running back blocking? Wide receivers, I haven't really paid attention to on blocking. Running backs seem to be a little bit better. Again, it's just against CPU, but I did see some animations where the running back did kind of step up in the pocket, and at that time, on that particular play, he did choose like the guy who was most free and on his way to sack me. So I didn't run any toss plays, I don't think. I was running a lot of stretch, 0-1 trap, power O's. Didn't run any toss plays. Is there still one cut? Yes. Running animations definitely seem a lot quicker or smoother. You still can't, spam the turbo button or the right trigger. Like, you have to use that effectively to run the ball. The scramble QB mechanic is realistic. I've seen Lamar Jackson do it. I'm still a little worried about it. Clint put out a tweet last night that he is basically saying that QB contains will work, so we'll have to see. That one is something that won't really be able to be tested until you play somebody else. Will EA still... Okay, I'm not going to read that one about solo battles. Y'all played the beta version soon. Madden 19.5 comes out. No, that's wrong. Football is football. It's going to look like football, but the mechanics are not... There's less animations on aggressive catches. The ball doesn't go as high on like high point passes. They are still a thing, but the ball's not as high in the air, which I think is going to limit the animations you can get out of it. But it's not the same game, man. It feels different. Whether it's going to be great or not, I don't know, but it definitely feels like a different game. Are the Insta-Shed defenses still in? Not that I could tell. I tried running, because I run a lot of nickel over G currently, and I tried to run shed defense out of that, and it wasn't really working. So there could be shed defense somewhere else that somebody's going to find and break, but what I knew worked in 19 was not working in 20, at least against the CPU. Do they have solo battles? I don't know. I didn't really see much of MUT. How is the high point in 20? It's not as powerful. Spin, we talked about, is not as OP, but yeah, high point passes, I still think they're going to work in certain situations, but I don't think that they're going to be as OP as they were last year. Did they fix the suction tackling or D linemen hawking down receivers? Speed, you're probably going to see at the end of the year the faster like D-line guys who have 90 speed probably catch up to wide receivers. Early on, speed is going to be big because there's going to be a big separation between like slower defenders and faster, offensive players. People are going to cry. Yeah, I agree. Dude, okay, the coach has a Texas Tech hat. Just wanted to, I don't know what he's asking. How's the O-line play? I told you guys when I played the Pro Bowl, the defense was ridiculous. I hate to say it, but I played a couple games against the Cowboys, and DeMarcus Lawrence was ridiculous against me. He had like 5 sacks. It's on all Madden, so it's a little cheesy, but he had like 5 sacks in one game. So O-line I'm still a little concerned about because it seems like they buffed pass rushing, and I don't think pass rushing ever needed a buff. Yeah, how about my guy here who doesn't know how to spell or doesn't know the difference between here and here? So we'll leave that person alone. Madden is shit, and if you keep hyping and buying it, okay, I mean, that's your opinion. I'm not going to hate on that. Take this bullshit with a grain of salt. Listen, man, anybody who watches my videos knows that I'm always going to be honest with you guys. So just because I got a trip here from EA and they invited me to play the game early does not mean I'm going to say this is the greatest game ever. I'm going to give you my raw opinion. Another guy who likes Madden. Okay, so now we're in the hater section of the comments. How are the player models? Do they have chicken legs again? Player models look fine. No big shoulder pads this year, thank God. Remember that was a thing last year in the early 19 build. Was the third Hail Mary the play? I never went back and looked at that third Hail Mary type. But Hail Mary play is different. Go watch the last video if you guys want to see what I was talking about there. Why do some of you guys play this game with expectations? Just play it with a grain of salt. I kind of do, man. I get you spend your money and you want a good product. I think I'm more in the boat of you that I just play the game, and if it's bad, I'm going to yell at it, and if it's good, I'll be happy, and we'll just figure it out from there. Happy I'm done with MUT reg teams. Draft champs will be free and less BS. Will there be face editing in franchise mode? I don't believe so. I'm not really a franchise guy, but I didn't really see anything like that. They take away psychic DBs. All Madden DBs are crazy, but I don't think that's going to be the same in competitive. Can you confirm that there are no coordinators? Not sure what you mean there. They removed the zebras. Oh, did nobody see referees? I honestly didn't pay attention to anything like that. Like what I see from Madden 20, I don't understand why people 2K, yeah, that's a discussion that's never going to end. Hopefully you see this now, but how is running and running animation? A lot smoother. Even Drenny put out a tweet. It just feels better. Even though I'm terrible at running, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of it. The player motion feels smoother for sure. Did you notice any improvements with AI, both user and opponent zone coverage, playing the ball in the air? How much less time do you have to make pre-play adjustments? Do the Cowboys suck? Yes, they do, Flames. Good questions there. What gameplay difference stood out the most while playing? Lots of questions there. So the AI still against the CPU on all Madden still reacts kind of crazy telepathically, but again, these were with like Pro Bowl games where everybody on the field's really good. The pre-play adjustments still felt okay to me, but I haven't played against another user, so I really don't know. As far as zone coverage go, again, I think that the way the ball physics work, I think short passing is going to be the key. So you're going to have to find plays that kind of find holes in the zone in short areas. What gameplay differences stood or turned out the most? There was a lot of them. As far as just like one of my favorite ones that adds more realism to the game is the way wide receivers run routes. They kind of do like a plant their foot animation and then animation and then kind of go wherever their route's supposed to take them. I don't know if like higher route running is going to make those cuts more crisp, but I liked how it looked. It looked more realistic. Did you play on the game on comp mode? Yes, I did play on comp mode. The computer on all Madden unlocked a lot of abilities against me, but they were beating the shit out of me. I'm telling you, if you guys get your whole hands on the beta, don't play the Pro Bowl or you're really going to rage. Presentation different. Honestly, didn't really pay attention. Sorry. Got all the info off the live stream. Shut up. This diva is a joke. I'm not a diva. Liar. No questions answered. I can't answer questions that I weren't asked. That's what I'm doing in this video. Overrated or underrated? Neither. Do they plan on having more college teams? I think the only college teams are going to be the ones that we've already seen, and there's like 8 or 10 of them. I wouldn't see them adding anymore, but I could be wrong. So those are all the questions. Happy I could answer them. If you got more, ask them in this video, but I don't know if I'll be doing another one of these. Maybe I will. I guess it depends on, we get another 80 questions or so, I'll go through it again and do a part 2 to this. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.